Welcome to today's trade ideas and signal. I'll be starting off by looking at where we are in the market, and let's start from weekly. And this is daily, this is weekly. Okay, we'll be following up from this our internal structure that we've been discussing for some while now, and we are anticipating higher prices movement in the market. Then, even though we face a lot of things here and there, you understand, and a lot of movements that kind of cause some chaotic something in the market. But nonetheless, if we look closely, we are still on the right path in the market. So here we are in the market, and currently this is our daily. I mean, previously this happens to be our daily range, dealing from here to be a strong low, and here happens to be a weaker. And if you've been following me for a while, analysis wise, we've been talking about how I'm expecting how this high is going to be rated, and I'm expecting this low, but we ran into the trap that happened within this leg as we were anticipating the fact that maybe the market is going to go lower from that place. But as we have it, we ran into a lot of things along the way that causes us to kind of maybe mishandle the market somehow. But nonetheless, here we are in the market. We've created another low, a very strong low that money has been transferred to. And I believe we are still within this particular leg and we are yet to pick our daily range. So naturally, what we'll be doing is to continue to trade in the market. So here is our strong low, and we are expecting our strong high, weak high to be created. But along the line, there are a lot of things that we can see, and this particular level here happens to be one internal structure that we can be expecting to capitalize on, But nonetheless, we still have this internal structure that it can give us some kind of things in the market. So what we're going to do is just try and see what we can capitalize on from this particular place. Okay, so we have this internal structure, two internal structures above each other. But from what we've been seeing recently, we see that okay, market has been giving us some kind of reaction above some levels here. And we know how market gave us some reactions within this leg. But I believe our level, our what is it called? Our analysis still stand and everything is still in place. Let's go on lower time frame to try and see what we are creating currently. So we are at this level, we have this level here, which is yet to be acted upon. And here happen to be, here can serve as a mitigation block of whatever that might want to happen in the market. But we have this internal structure that we can uh kind of try to capitalize on. And as you can see on lower time frame is yet to be picked. So which means at this particular level we can kind of like just try and see what we can take from the market. So if we look at this level, at those levels very well, we can see that okay, if peradventure our weak eye has been created from what we are looking at on 4 hour, so we'll be anticipating that at least we have some levels because if we are to study within this candle, we have a shift here, and which is kind of reversal pattern that we can capitalize on. So what we'll be expecting is kind of like this to be a minor shift in the market. And if it gives us some kind of minor shift in the market, then that's our MSS. It's a minor shift. If we have it as minor shift, then we'll be anticipating this leg. Because as you can see, this particular leg is supposed to do what? Just transcend above this high and take out the high as well. This is kind of giving us a minor shift because we are yet, it tested the leg 2 times and it didn't give, it was unable to react from that particular level. So we can be anticipating that, okay, here can be a weak high that we are anticipating in the market to be taken. So we can kind of try to capitalize on that for now, let's say weak high. But for us to be able to confirm that level, we'll be anticipating that we have this leg being broken, which will be a minor flip, I mean, minor trend change, potentially, potentially, potentially. So if this leg is being broken, then all this ones comes to liquidity, then we're going to have it as as the liquidity trend line liquidity that we'll be anticipating to be taken before we come into our zone here. So typically what we're going to be doing is to kind of like set our buy order above this level, and it's going to be like this. Because this is daily internal structure, we can be anticipating some kind of movement from the level. So recently, from what happened during our something here, from what we experienced within this particular leg here, we are anticipating the fact that maybe we're going to just stick with 1 to 3 moving forward. So that will be 45 minus 3. That's 42 plus 3. So that will be 423, 42.3 pips. That will give us a perfect 1 to 5 in the market. I mean 1 to 3. We'll be sticking to 1 to 3 now without wasting our something. So what we're going to do with this particular leg here, this is our first level of trade. And what we'll be doing with all these ones, okay? So what we'll be doing with all these ones is we're going to explain what we are expecting from this particular level. So this particular leg will be dividing it up, I guess. So let's try and see, starting from this particular leg down to this level here, which one is this? Okay, so that will give us approximately 52, and that will be 26. We divide it into two, and 26 times 3 will give us 18. 78 in the market. So uh 7780. So that will give us 1 to 3. What we're going to do is to duplicate it, clone it, and set it below the stop loss of this particular one will be the entry for the other one. So then 26. And that should give us a perfect 1 to 3, whichever level gets taken first. So let's go to daily so that at least we can move those things around easily. So we've gotten a closure above that line, and anything will happen starting from tomorrow. But nonetheless, we'll be anticipating some type of movement. Okay, this particular one to be here. Okay, so let's get it from one. Mhm. And so let's go to 1 hour to tracker, 4 hour to be precise. Okay, so we have this like that. Then this will be our 3 trace in the market, at least for now. So whichever one gets taken first, then we try and be capitalizing from that level moving forward. So without much analysis, I kind of want to believe, okay, if at all if this low was taken, we can be anticipating some kind of 1 to 3 from the level. There is an imbalance here. Whatever makes this this internal structure to be taken out of the market, then we can be anticipating this particular level in the market. But whichever way, whatever happens, if peradventure we have a lot of imbalances here, and we can be anticipating price to get to this low before going forward, but we might not see that based on the kind of structure is creating on higher time frame. But here is another level that we can be expecting. This is a bigger range in the market. And if at all, if we are to, this is a very massive other block in the market. And we can still be anticipating, I talked about how I'm expecting higher price movement in the market. So we have all these levels here. And but we still stick with all these places first and try to see what these levels will give birth to. So if peradventure they get invalidated, then we know we are coming down to this level, kind of trade from the level. So, but nonetheless, it might be kind of something that happened from this leg here that might be happening here. So we stay tuned and we try to update it accordingly. So this will be our trade at least for now. So we're going to move from this particular level. So I didn't trust any movements within those legs yet. So we'll be anticipating some kind of movement into this level eventually. At least it should be able to give us 1 to 3 before we get to this particular level. So that's the reason why we reduce it to 1 to 3 regardless. We'll be taking every entry, at least believing that every entry is going to give us minimum of 1 to 3 before it's kind of reverse on us. So two things we are doing now. Initially, we combine uh, our being what is it called, being a trader with being a technical analyst. But now I want to separate the two. Being a trader is, regardless, whatever is happening as a technical analyst should don't be affecting us as a trader, and that's at least for now with our trading. So let's stop here. Thank you very much.